Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I am in a much better mood than I was that yesterday? No, 2 days ago is when I filmed my last video that I just uploaded. Depressing, sorry. But yesterday I just kind of like stayed off of social media and didn't really do anything but try and pay attention to my toddler that just really needed my attention. And we had a better day. Also, did I say in the last video that her molars are coming in? So I think she was like kind of on edge about that. Anyways, it's 10:30 right now. So this morning we woke up and we didn't have any coffee in the house. So we can't have that. So I took the girls. Does this thing not have pockets? That's depressing. I just got this from Urban and it's so soft. Like you can see the texture, but no pockets. Oh, my hood is all wonky. So I took the girls at like 7 in the morning and went and just grabbed some coffee and some breakfast sandwiches. And that was hours ago. And then Anthony just came home for a second because he was hungry. And I had bought a pound of coffee when I was at Starbucks. So I just made us a pot, hence why I'm drinking more. New glasses. I feel like they're a vibe. Like, you have to really own this look. It's like that kind of like the grandpa look a little bit. I think I like it. I got 2 pairs because I Buy Direct was having a Black Friday sale. And look at their little boxes they came in. Happy holidays. I got 2 pairs. The other pair is upstairs, so maybe I'll show you that in a little bit. I think I'm gonna have an upstairs pair and a downstairs pair. Gosh, you can already tell that I'm in a better mood because I'm being my obnoxious self again. Blakely is asleep in her swing and Reese is downstairs watching Peppa Pig. So I have been wanting to, sorry, adjust myself. I've been wanting to share Blakely's birth story for a while, but then I was like, is it even that interesting? Because I had a scheduled C-section, but then there was a lot of things that I actually didn't expect to happen that happened. So I'm gonna share it, try to be a little bit short about it. And then also, like if you haven't had a scheduled C-section before, kind of want to like tell you what to expect, I guess. We're just gonna go over everything. Hi, Pumpkin. You want to come in here with me? Okay. We're gonna talk about when Blakely was born, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So originally, I had my C-section scheduled for September 9th. In the morning, it was gonna be at like 6 or 7 a.m. And the day before, I called and talked to the nurses and they were like, okay, be here at this time, blah, 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 don't eat. The day before, when I was talking to the nurses, so September 8th, a huge wildfire broke out in the city that I gave birth in, which is Ashland, Oregon, like right by the hospital. So I called again and I was like, am I gonna be able to have my surgery because there's the fires? And they were like, we'll let you know because it's a little bit crazy. So then my doctor's trying to call me. I was seeing midwives even though I had a C-section just because I just preferred midwives over seeing a doctor. But they were trying to call me, but they couldn't even get a hold of me because all the power lines were down over there. Like everything was truly in flames, you guys. So they were like, okay, we're canceling all surgeries for tomorrow. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm 39 weeks pregnant and you're canceling my surgery. And I'm at risk for preeclampsia because that's what I had with Reese. So that was the midwife telling me that it was canceled. Then I try and talk to my doctor and she's like, I think you can go another week and we'd be okay. She's like, just check your blood pressures at home and make sure that they're okay. If they go up at all, then you text me and let me know. So the next morning, which was the day I was supposed to have my C-section, is that you, monkey? I'm taking my blood pressure. Okay. And it is higher than it should be for being at home. Like at home, I should not be stressed out. Okay. Hey, if you're gonna sit in here, can you be quiet, please? Okay. And so I took it like a couple times, like once an hour. And she was like, okay, your blood pressures are getting kind of high. We don't want to take any chances. So go ahead and come on in. So here's where it gets a little bit crazy because Now they're rushing my surgery because the birth center was basically empty. There was nobody in there, no patients. They had to clear it just in case the other hospital that's over there got evacuated and had to bring patients there. So anyways, it was a whole thing. As soon as I get there, they start prepping me for surgery. And there's kind of a lot that goes into getting you ready for your C-section. This was not my first C-section, but my first one was emergency with her. Did I already say that? Probably. So a couple things they did that were weird was they put like the brown and like the antibacterial stuff up my nose. I don't know why, but I had already had a COVID test before the surgery, so I'm like, I don't really want anything else in my nose. But they like put all this stuff in my nose. They took a bunch of blood. They have to do blood tests before your surgery, and they have to give you fluids. So they gave me 2 bags of fluids. I also do have my birth vlog up on my channel. You guys can go right to that and kind of like see what I'm talking about. So it took a little while, but they like came in, everybody came in to talk to me, and my doctor came in to talk to me, and they were like, we're just trying to do this as quickly as possible. And okay, where was I? So they were like, we are just trying to do this as quickly as possible because of like the circumstances. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So you're just gonna rush cutting into me. So then it was time to take me back to my surgery. And for this part, they leave your spouse or partner, whoever you have there, outside, and you go in by yourself. And then they gave me the spinal, and I was so nervous about this because my epidural with Brees was so terrible for me. Like, I hated it. So it was awful. I was moaning like I was in labor while they were doing it. My doctors, my anesthesiologist, all of them were awesome. Try and find a more quiet place. I told them, I was like, I'm really nervous about not having any control of my body like once I'm numb, and I feel like it's gonna make me claustrophobic and give me anxiety. So they were like, you know, as soon as the baby comes out, you can have something if you need it to calm your anxiety. And I was like, okay, great, I will let you guys know. So anyways, I had to have everybody keep talking to me while I was getting my spinal. And then I was getting like zings in my legs as it was happening, and I would like tell them because they ask you to tell them. And then my legs started to tingle and they started to go numb. And as soon as they started to go numb, I started getting major anxiety. Sorry, I'm like trying to find a place to sit. Okay, we'll see how long this lasts for. This one woke up. Yes, baby. This is why I can't do sit down videos. So I had to have somebody keep talking to me. I don't even remember what they were talking about. Just random stuff. The anesthesiologist, he was so awesome. I hope I still have his name because I want him next time too. And then they let Anthony come in, and as soon as they let Anthony in, I was like, I need you to hold my hand and I need you to talk to me because I'm freaking out because I cannot feel my legs. And then my epidural, or the spinal, like it can come all the way up to here, and so it kind of makes it feel like it's hard to breathe. So I was like trying to keep myself calm, like telling myself, I know you feel like you can't breathe, but you can. So I'm like just like taking deep breaths. Literally took just a couple of minutes, and then the baby was out. And as soon as she was on my chest, okay, I'm going a little too fast. So a lot of people say that you can like feel the pressure and everything of them like pulling the baby out, but I didn't really feel that. I really felt nothing. Like it was so easy, and I would totally do that again over labor anytime. So much easier. And then they put her directly on me. They didn't do anything. They just brought her to me, and I was like, is she okay? Because she wasn't crying at first, but then she started screaming. And then also a lot of times once the baby is out and you're having to get yourself stitched back up and everything, they make whoever's with you leave, but they let Anthony stay in there with me the whole time. They left the baby on my chest the entire time, and I just sat there and Anthony kind of helped me hold her. I just sat there and like kissing her, and I was like way more aware this time than I was last time, and everything was just like awesome, and I loved it. And then just per like hospital protocol, they do delayed cord clamping, so I thought that was awesome. We didn't even have to ask for that. They just did it. Like, do you guys get stressed out just watching this? Because I feel like if I was watching this right now, I would just automatically be overwhelmed. I feel like I have a million kids and I only have 2. Okay, let's see if we can get through some more of this. I'm like really trying to work on like being there for whatever the girls need at any given time. I feel like it's just gonna help with the mood so much better. Now I'm in my office / guest room / storage room. So sorry, that's not so cute. This is just real mom life, you know. I had high hopes of having a super nice put together sit down video. But in reality, it's just me taking a break to breastfeed and help my moody toddler and get more coffee. Anyways, now we're at the point where Blakely is on my chest. They did delayed cord clamping. Okay, another thing that you might not expect is I was shaking from the medications, like uncontrollably, kind of like shivering. And you can't control it. You just lay there and shake. So I did have to like give the baby to Anthony because I couldn't really hold her any longer because I was shaking so much. But she stayed on my chest the whole time, and then they stitched me up. And then after you're all stitched up, they take you to a recovery room before you go back to your normal room. Oh, and another thing I should mention is not only was this birth during a wildfire, but it was during COVID. But at the hospital we were at, they were very kind to let us not have to worry about wearing our masks. I did get tested for COVID 2 days before my surgery. So, and it was obviously negative. So they wore theirs, but they just kind of let me chill, which was nice because I feel like that would have given me some anxiety also. So now we're in the recovery room and we were there for a while. They were trying to like, they were trying to watch where the spinal, whatever the medication was, they were trying to see if it was like fading. So they took like a cold ice pack and they were putting it on me. They put it all the way up to my chest. And I like still couldn't even feel the cold all the way at my chest for a while. I don't know why, but my body just like really reacted to that medicine and it really numbed me. And then what they also did to check your oxygen levels, they put something on your ear and they check your oxygen levels for quite a while. So you can expect for that to happen. And then also when you're in there, they'll see if you want to try breastfeeding. They want you to try pretty much right away. So we tried, and I don't really remember if she latched right away or not. So then after that happened, I went back to my room, obviously. And like you guys, I was just so aware this whole time, which was so nice because my last pregnancy, since it was emergency, I had so many medications and I had preeclampsia, so I just really like wasn't even all there for my whole thing. The fundal massage that they give you after to get the to get you contracting and get the blood out of you was not as bad. They say it gets worse every baby, but I think maybe it was because I still had like, you know, the medication. I couldn't feel it as much. So it wasn't horrible. They did, however, have to give me Pitocin after I gave birth because they said I lost a little too much blood. So they wanted to make sure my uterus was contracting and getting everything out normally. That was kind of weird. I was still hooked up to an IV, still like literally on Pitocin after I gave birth. So weird. So originally they had cut the umbilical cord pretty long. So what they did was they cut it again, but they let Anthony do it, which was kind of cool because that was the first time he didn't get to do it 3 or anything. Okay, and then here is where it got kind of difficult for me. I was throwing up so much after my surgery. I think it was because of the pain meds. I don't know, but it hurts so bad to throw up after you get a C-section. So they were trying to give me, what is that? There's some sort of something they can put in your IV. Wasn't helping me, so they actually brought me ginger essential oil on a cotton ball so that I could smell it. And then they also had like a sticky essential oil thing they put on my gown so I could sit there and breathe it in. But I was puking the whole first day after my surgery. It was rough. That was bad, but it still didn't affect me like totally. The next morning I got breakfast and I was like so hungry because I hadn't eaten in so long. because I obviously couldn't the night before, and then I ate like a couple bites of real food and then I started throwing up again. So I really had to like take it easy, and I only wanted apple juice. I kept asking them to fill it up for me, and it took a while for my nausea to go away. They ended up bringing a diffuser into my room for me, which was really cool. I brought my own oils, so I diffused something for a while to just like, I don't know, help get rid of my nausea and kind of whatever. So also, what was crazy during this time is that because of the fire, power lines were down, internet was down, everything was down. So we could not send pictures, FaceTime, show our family or anything. We couldn't go on Instagram, had no social media. We had no TV in there. We had nothing. We couldn't, we were just sitting there in silence with our baby, which was kind of nice, but we were getting so bored because when you have a C-section, you have to stay longer. Like, I think we stayed for maybe 5 days. You stay there for a while. So we were like so bored. I think by the last day, we finally got TV and some internet. So we were able to like do that a little bit, but holy cow, we were so bored. So the day after my surgery, when they tried to start getting me to like walk and stuff, this is TMI, so sorry, but after you have a C-section, you still bleed a lot. And I passed a golf ball sized blood clot, and I told them, and they were like, don't worry about it. If it happens again, let us know, but it's fine. And oh my gosh, it was so scary. Like, I freaked out. So anyways, I was like so scared after that, but that was just the one thing. And then it was fine. But during the recovery, it wasn't horrible. Like the first few days, I like really didn't want to walk around or anything. It was just like painful, but they gave me like a big band to wrap around, which ask for it if they don't give you one, because they probably have one for you. It made the pain so much more bearable because it like held everything in, because when you get a C-section, it kind of feels like your organs are gonna fall out of your body when you stand up. But it was so much better of an experience than I had the first time. Like, I told my doctor when I saw her again, I was like, that was so great. Like, I am so happy we did it that way, and I will do a scheduled C-section next time also. I have to have C-sections because I can't give birth naturally, just the way my body is, the way my body is shaped in particular. I think that's kind of the gist of her birth story. It was kind of a wild time to have a baby. Those days in the hospital when you're just there with your newborn, and I can't imagine, like, if I think about not having that again, I get emotional. So I know that I want more kids because I like love that feeling. I love having a newborn. It's just like the most amazing feeling ever. But that's kind of what my scheduled C-section was like for me. Wasn't horrible. It was a good experience, I would say. So if you have one scheduled, don't be nervous. Everybody is still different. Even if it is a scheduled C-section, things aren't going to go like exactly how you planned every time. But anyways, it was amazing. I loved it. My kids are obviously needing my attention today, so I think I'm going to cut this off, and I'm not going to do the whole vlogging thing today because this is kind of a longer story than what I wanted to do anyways. So I'm going to go... Okay, so I'm gonna go take care of my kids and just have another day of making sure that they have all of my attention. And thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about anything, leave them in the comments and I will answer. Either just reply to you or answer in my next video, and I'll see you guys next time.